the younger one, yet I'm the one who's more responsible, she'd say with a laugh. At first, I let it slide because I thought she was just covering her tracks. But then came Thanksgiving. The entire family was over, and she clinked her water glass with a fork. I just want to thank my parents for making sure I turned out so responsible and smart, because the last thing I'd want is to end up like Laura over here, pointing to me. The entire crowd snickered, and she kept going. I mean, I can't imagine putting your whole life on the line just because you couldn't keep your legs closed. My mom was laughing so hard the champagne nearly came out of her nose. I was about to chime in, but my dad said through gritted teeth at a volume only I could hear, "Don't even think about it." So, I just gulped and stayed silent. As the house cleared out, everyone congratulated my parents on what an excellent job they did at raising Lily, as if I hadn't been the one to raise her. So, I decided to play the long game. And a few days later, the doorbell finally rang. It was CPS. You see, I had made an anonymous report on everything my parents had ever done to Lily. So, when it was time for my interview, I laid it all out for them. No truth was left untold. I was hoping they'd take Lily or me away, but instead they just left and said they'd be back for a surprise home visit. As soon as the door closed, I found out my parents had heard everything I said. What they did next is something I still get nightmares about. My dad's face was a shade of red I'd never seen before. His eyes were bulging out of his head, and his fists were clenched so tight his knuckles were white. My mom just stood there completely still. Her face blank in that scary way that always meant the worst was coming. I backed up against the wall, my heart pounding so hard I could feel it in my throat. "You ungrateful little bitch," my dad finally said, his voice eerily calm. That was scarier than if he'd been yelling. "After everything we've done for you." I wanted to laugh at that. Everything they'd done for me. Like what exactly? Giving me presents while starving my sister, treating me like the golden child while making her life hell. But I kept my mouth shut. I wasn't stupid. I didn't say anything that wasn't true. I managed to get out, my voice shaking despite my best efforts. My mom finally moved, walking toward me with slow, deliberate steps. "You've always been such a disappointment," she said, which was rich coming from her after years of telling me I was the only good thing she'd ever done. "We give you everything, and this is how you repay us." I glanced toward the stairs, wondering if I could make a run for it, but my dad was blocking the way. Lily was nowhere to be seen, probably hiding in her room, and I couldn't blame her. "Go to your room," my dad finally said. "We'll deal with you later." I didn't need to be told twice. I bolted up the stairs, locking my bedroom door behind me, even though I knew it wouldn't keep them out if they really wanted to get in. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely text Aunt Lisa. CPS came. "Parents heard everything. Help." She responded immediately. "Stay calm. Don't antagonize them. I'm coming tomorrow." Tomorrow felt like a lifetime away. I sat on my bed, listening to my parents arguing downstairs, their voices rising and falling, but never quite loud enough for me to make out the words.